This year is our Gurudev's 108th birthday year. So throughout our Chinmaya centers, we're all celebrating in various ways. And we are very, very, very happy. This year we have many programs that are underway to be celebrating this special, very special year. And we are very, very, very happy that we all know about Gurudev in whatever ways that we know. And this is another chance for us to be learning about the life of Gurudev that will be very memorable. And we are blessed. This we didn't plan it like that, but this is the way Gurudev intended it. Under our Swamiji's presence here, we are having this wonderful satsang to bring the life of Gurudev here. So with us here, we have artists from Veena ji and her troupe from New Jersey, and this program has been conducted at various centers, and you will see why. Shantananda ji has actually, like Veena ji was saying yesterday, has gone through the program, blessed it, and he wanted all of us to enjoy this beautiful journey through the life of Gurudev. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Veena ji, and we will know about them later after the program. Hari Om.
Srimad Ramaramana Govinda Govinda Anjaliya Varana Govinda Govinda Samasta Mandali ki Jai Om Karanada Rupa Gana
Motherland India has given birth to many saints, gurus, sadgurus, and few visionaries. Our Gurudev was not only a great saint of modern times, he was a great teacher, a sadguru, and also a great visionary. His work touched not only the hearts of the people of India, but it touched the hearts of many, many everywhere in the world. He embraced whoever came into contact with him, whether young, old, literate or illiterate, rich or poor. He worked tirelessly to uplift the human soul from this materialistic world to the spiritual world. His life story shows how from a mischievous child, how a great man emerged after passing through atheism, patriotism, and attained a spiritual attainment under the great guidance of Sri Sivananda Ji Maharaj and Tapovan Ji Maharaj. He was a perfect combination of spiritual wisdom, humor, was a great teacher, administrative capabilities, and he had the practical sense. He brought Vedanta, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads. He made it so simple and easy. He brought it to common man, to their own homes, which was thought of impossible around that time. But he brought Vedanta, which was so difficult to understand. He made it simple, palatable, interesting, and easily able to understand. He brought it to each and every one of us. Like one time, Swami Akhandananda Ji, he says, हम लोगों को ऐसे लोगों को वेदांत सिखाते हैं जो ईश्वर से अभिमुख हैं, लेकिन चिन्मया जी वेदांत ऐसे लोगों को सिखाते हैं वो ईश्वर से विमुख है. That was Gurudev. Even they are on the opposite side, because he knew he was on the opposite side at one point of time. He knows how they think, what they do, so he could easily approach them and teach them. As Swami Aradhanand Ji puts it, Gurudev stood, his personality was so electrifying. He stood like a lightning, spoke like a thunder, and gurgled like a creek. He taught with such crystal clarity, such a crystal clarity. And of course, Chinmaya Ji is also remembered for his contribution of teaching, writing commentaries and books, and of course, making this available to all of us. I was just thinking how to say, someone asked me, besides, he taught, he was a great teacher. What did Chinmaya Mission do? Or what did Chinmayananda Ji do? I was thinking of new way of putting it. So, when you go to a restaurant, not here in India, when you go to a restaurant, they will say, hey, better, come here. What do you have? Oh, he goes out with a menu chart. But now, coffee, tea, garlic, what do you want? So, what Chinmayananda Ji has done to the society is such a long list. So I said, let's try to say it in the same manner. Maybe it will be very attractive. Not only that Chinmaya Ji established more than 325 centers in 25 countries, including India, UK, USA, Canada, South Africa, UAE, Bahrain, Sri Lanka, Trinidad, Indonesia, France. The list goes on. And what all has he created? Chinmaya Shishubiyar, Balviyar, Bhagendra, Devi Group, Temples, Card, International Foundation, Vidyalayas, Colleges, Residential School, Hospitals, Chinya Rural Care, Vedanta Institute, courses and publications, commentaries, Dhyana Yoga, India, spiritual camps. The list goes on. The list goes on. And let us all sing about Gurudev. Get into the mood of listening to his life story. All of you join hands and join our children singing about Gurudev.
चिन्मय जिनका नाम है सिद्ध भाड़ी धाम है चिन्मय जिनका नाम है सिद्ध भाड़ी धाम है ऐसे श्री गुरुदेव को बार बार प्रणाम है बार बार प्रणाम है शंकर जिनके प्रेरक थे तपोवन जिनके सद्गुरु थे ऐसे चिन्मय सद्गुरु को बार बार प्रणाम है बार बार प्रणाम है वेदांत के अभिवक्ता को उपनिषदों के प्रचारक को श्री सद्गुरु परमेश्वर को बार बार प्रणाम है बार बार प्रणाम है कृष्ण जिनके प्रेरक थे यज्ञ जिनका धर्म था ऐसे चिन्मय कृष्ण को बार बार प्रणाम है बार बार प्रणाम है गीता ज्ञान प्रचारक को मानव के शुभ चिंतक को ऐसे योगी चिन्मय को बार बार प्रणाम है 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 श्री सद्गुरु महाराज की जय
Holy land, South India, Kerala, which had already given rise to many saints. It's called as Emerald Green Land of India. It had already given rise to many saints like Adi Shankaracharya, Narayana Tirtha, Chattambi Swamigal, Ramana Maharshi, Tapovan Maharaj. On May 8th, 1916, the land was getting ready to receive another great soul on this earth. To the whispering waves of the seas and the sound of the swaying of palm trees. There was another beautiful sound added to the nature, the cry of a newborn baby. Vadakkai Kurpat Kuttan Menan and Parukutti Amma, who is also called as Manku. They were having their first child. They got a beautiful child born with the big eyes and dark skin and a sharp nose. Parents were looking at this baby, so happy. Such a bright child is born. And Parukutti Amma was so happy. She felt like she was Mother Yashoda. I didn't say this. Pujya Guruji has said this in his book. Parukutti Amma felt like Yashoda Mata holding Lord Krishna, and she had the same feeling. She was putting the baby and by singing lullaby.
मेरे लाल को आवनी धरिया काहिना न सुनावे मेरे लाल को आवनी धरिया काहिना न सुनावे तू काहे ना देख सुआवे तू काहे ना देख सुआवे तू न करा बुलावे हल आवे भुलराई मन आवे लल्ला लल्ला गोरी लल्ला लल्ला गोरी लल्ला लल्ला गोरी लल्ला
All the samskaras, Kadukuttal ceremony, everything was done to this child. And Chattambi Swamigal, a great jnani, social reformer, he came to name the baby. He named the baby Balakrishna Menon. Balakrishna Menon! Balakrishna Menon! He announced to the crowd, and family called him lovingly Bala, Balan. And as this child was growing up, this Chattambi Swamigal, who was a highest scholar, Jnani, he knew something different about this baby. He started coming to this Potampalli house more often and started playing with this particular child all the time. All other children in the family, they felt Chattambi Swamigal is ரொம்ப partial. Because எப்பவும் the Balan. So he would take Balan after every meal and then he would put him on his lap and he would start talking with the baby and the baby would laugh and giggle. And Parkutti Amma was observing Chattambi Swamigal. இது എന്താണ് സ്വാമി എനിക്ക് എന്ത് വേറെ ഭാഷയിൽ സംസാരിക്കുന്നത് എനിക്കൊന്നും മനസ്സിലാകുന്നില്ല. What is this you're talking in a different language? I don't understand. He said, പേടിക്കണ്ട പാർക്കുട്ടി അമ്മ പേടിക്കണ്ട ഇത് ഞങ്ങൾ തമ്മിലുള്ള കാര്യമാണ്. This is just between me and him. അവനക്ക് എല്ലാം മനസ്സിലാകും. He understands everything whatever I am telling. But ഇത് കേട്ടുക്കോ നീ ഇവനെ നന്നായി നോക്കണം കേട്ടോ. ഇവൻ വലിയ ആളാകും. ഇവൻ ജീവിതത്തിൽ വലിയ കാര്യങ്ങൾ സംഭവിക്കും. അതിന് മനസ്സിൽ വെച്ചുക്കോ. You need to take care of him and you need to bring him up really well. One day this child is going to be a great man. That was the statement of Chattambi Swamigal when Balan was 2 months old or 2 years old as a toddler. But then after Balan, Parkutti Amma, she gave birth to 2 more girls, his sisters, Padmini and Kanakam. During the birth of Kanakam, Parkutti Amma had a heart attack. He was only about 5 years old and Padmini probably was 3 years old and the child, Kanakam, was born. And these 3 children, they lost their mother. Now all the 3 children came under the guidance of Kuchi Amma, that is Parkutti Amma's sister. She had her own children. She was a widow. She had moved back to Puttampalli's house. house, and these three children came under the care of Kuchiyamma. But these children, they grew up in that big house amongst this extended family with lots of love and affection pouring towards them. So the children were never made to feel that they do not have a mother. The child Balan was growing up. He was very mischievous, very bright, very boisterous kind of a child. He would run around, and wherever when this child Balan went, there was laughter and happiness that he spread even as a young child. He was very mischievous, very intelligent. And the other good characteristic about him was he could make everyone laugh even as a young child. So after the puja ceremony and everything, or the prayer ceremony is over, they all would sit around, and this young Balan would imitate each and every one in the family, and he would make everyone go into hysterical laughter. He was a very good mimicry artist, it is said, and he was a very good actor too. That's why later on we see him telling the stories to the children with so much of sounds that he would make, and the storytelling itself became a big event or big important thing in the ashram. As this child was going, he grew up and he went to English modern school. And side he also learned Sanskrit and Malayalam. In their Putampalli house, there was one ritual. Like every day evening, they have to go out, take bath in the evening, because Kerala is very, very hot. So they take bath once in the morning and once in the evening, and they have to take bath and they have to come back, and they have to sit for this prarthana hall, prarthana. Everybody has to sit down. And all men folk would chant Vishnu Sahasranamam, and all female folks would chant Lalita Sahasranamam. All these Sahasranamams are going on. This poor Balan at 5-year-old, he is very bored. Amen. I don't like this too long, amen. You are taking too much time. I want to eat sambar rice, smell wherever this. I want to eat, amen. Amme used to Balan പ്രാർത്ഥനയില്ല അത്താഴമുള്ള കേട്ടോ എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് അവിടെ ഇരിക്കാൻ പ്രാർത്ഥന ചെയ്യാൻ എത്ര പ്രാവശ്യം ഉനക്ക് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട് അവിടെ പോയി ഇരിക്കാൻ കുച്ചിയമ്മ ആൾവേസ് ലൈക്ക് ഒരു കുച്ചി എടുത്ത് பண்ற மாதிரி எப்பவும் திட்டுவாங்களாம் அங்க போய் உட்கார் பாலு and all the children பிரார்த்தனை எல்லாம் அத்தாழம் பண்ணலாம் கேட்டா if you don't sing and have bhajans you will not get dinner also. That is the deal. Then all the children would sit around and everyone would compete singing bhajans, and he would sing loud and clear, like as our children are going to sing now. They were to imitate Gurudev singing Krishna bhajan. Let's see.
Krishna 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 Mana Mohana Krishna Krishna Mana Mohana Chitta Chora Radha Jivana Chitta Chora Radha Jivana Megha Shyama Madhusudana Megha Shyama Madhusudana Radha Kanta Yadunandana Radha Kanta Yadunandana Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Mana Mohana, Krishna Krishna Mana Mohana, Krishna 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 Jai Jai Govinda, 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 Krishna Jai Jai Govinda. Even then, he wanted to sing in order to get dinner. But then he said, I must do something because this is getting bored. I will sing, but still it is so much time. What do? Amma is not going to help. Uchidam. So I must find a solution myself. So he started looking around in his prayer hall. There were so many pictures. You can look at it in the book, his puja hall. So many pictures of deities on the wall. He said, oh, there is a Rajarajeshwari Amman picture, photo. It's too majestic to focus on. So in the Mahalakshmi picture, she is sitting on a Kamala, balancing herself on the water. I cannot focus. In the picture, this photo is really good for me to focus. He sorted out a game for himself. He would gaze at this picture and observe what all is there in the picture, put it in his mind. That was the picture of Chandrasekhara, Lord Shiva. It was too interesting for him because his eyes are half closed. There is water fountain that's coming from his head. He has got matted hair. He has kept it on his head. Full of snakes are like this. He would study the characteristics of Lord Chandrasekhara and he would close his eyes to see if I can get it correct, what all he has. He has a chada, he has a moon, his eyes are closed, and he has 3 eyes, and he's got snakes, he's got vibhuti. So he started studying, observing Lord Chandrasekhara's
भस्मभूषिताङ्गधर चन्द्रशेखर भस्मभूषिताङ्गधर चन्द्रशेखर नेत्रशूलधार शम्भो शङ्कर नेत्रशूलधार शम्भो शङ्कर भस्मभूषिताङ्गधर चन्द्रशेखर भस्मभूषिताङ्गधर चन्द्रशेखर बिल्वाचल प्रियकर त्रिकोटेश्वर बिल्वाचल प्रियकर त्रिकोटेश्वर ढम 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 रुग शिव महेश्वर ढम 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 रुग शिव महेश्वर गंगाधर गौरी गंगाधर गौरी भस्म शंकर श्रीशैल क्षेत्र शिव महेश्वर श्रीशैल क्षेत्र शिव महेश्वर शत्रुभयकर हर सर्व शुभकर शत्रुभयकर हर सर्व शुभकर सर्व शुभकर सर्व शुभकर सर्व
Like this, he devised his own game, and after this game, any time that he closes his eyes, the picture of Lord Chandrasekhara would come into his mind so clearly. Right from the beginning, Balan had this inquisitive mind, always questioning things. He would question about this Lord Shiva also. Who is he? Why is he like this? Why does he have 3 eyes? Why does he have water fountain? Why is that moon instead of being in the sky on his head? Why he does not have makeup like Rajarajeshwari and Mahalakshmi, and he only has ashes on his body? All this inquisitive mind, even as a child, that grew as he grew. As he grew, he became bigger, and now he joined a higher level school called Ramavarma Boys' School. Along with other boys in the neighborhood, after eating a bowl of sambar and rice, he would run to the school. School subjects were very easy for him, and he would finish his homework on time, he would learn all the subjects, and even he would help his sisters Padmini and Kanakam in their homework. But also he never left an opportunity to pull their hair, to tear their book, to push them around, to tease them. He never let any opportunity. Now changes started appearing in Balan, because Balan started he's a teenager now. He went to Maharaja College in Ernakulam. His father was a judge in the local court, Ernakulam court, and his uncle was a commissioner of police. So, very well educated family and very well-to-do family. And so the father wanted, just like any other us Indian parents, we want our sons to be doctors. Everyone, science. Science subjects, let's go, doctor. So father also had the intention and put him in the science. Because science, so they had the exam. He never used to. He would make friends. Father used to be so worried about him because he is never at home doing his homework, studying for the test. He would take his students and the corner. So father used to be always worried about this Balan. He loved this child, but he is very worried. And in the science subjects, he was very well. So now the exam day was the. So in the examination day, he sees all the stars. He is seeing nothing. He doesn't know anything. ஸோ ஒழுங்கா மரியாதையா ஆன்சர் பேப்பர்ல கொஸ்டின்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும் அப்படியே காப்பி போட்டு எழுதிட்டு he just copied everything what is there on the question paper of science on the answer sheet. Sir, முடிஞ்சது. I finished writing. மொட்டை போச்சு சயின்ஸ் சப்ஜெக்ட் அவருக்கு வரவே வராது. அப்புறம் he started questioning everybody. Why am I you are doing this? பாலா ஆத்தாளுமன் வெளியே சாப்பிட்டாச்சு. அந்த ஜோக்ஸ் எல்லாம் இப்ப நடக்காது. I was young when you said no dinner, no பிரார்த்தனா, no dinner. இப்பெல்லாம் நடக்காது. வெளியில சாப்பிட்டாச்சு. No பிரார்த்தனா. பாலன் குளிச்சுட்டு வா. Take bath and come because we have to light the lamp. அண்ணே காலையிலேயே I took bath. Why to take bath again? So he would just go to the well in the front of the house. அப்படியே கொஞ்சம் தண்ணி எடுத்து sprayed on himself. Amen. Pudichay. You know, Kerala used to be like a very hot place. So everyone wears cotton shirts. நீங்கெல்லாம் cotton shirts என்ன போடுறீங்க? நான் போட மாட்டேன். I will wear silk shirts. So he always wore silk ironed shirts. And then his favorite thing was combing his hair. He would stand in front of the mirror. Golden chain ரொம்ப பிடிக்குமா? Golden chain he likes to wear. நிறைய golden chain, நிறைய rings. Comb. Father is பாலா முடி குட்டிடும்பா. ஒரு நாள் இப்படியே பார்த்துட்டே இரு. You will become bald. அப்படிதான் நடக்கும். Because so much you are combing and putting coconut oil and combing, Bala, you will be in trouble. So later on in this book he writes, after he became Swamiji, first thing he went to his appa, he said, Acha, what I did? He remembered and he says it. And everything questioning, why we have to go to temple, why there is a God, why there are so many gods in my house. Uru prayojanam illa. So like this teenager Balan started growing. Now the family is sitting in Ernakulam Village. So the whole family shifted to St. Thomas, Trishur. They shifted. Father said, Appa, science alone matta. Arts somehow you study something. Father was so afraid and that this boy is going to be on the street. He had a very good childhood friend called Narayanan. But Narayanan was an orphan boy and he did not have money to study. But Balan was so compassionate towards him. He always supplied him. Dada, I will give you all my books. Inga or deal. Ana deal பேசுங்க. Homework எல்லாம் நீ பண்ணி தரணும். I will give you all the books to study. But you do homework and give it to me. Is the deal. So that boy Narayanan used to do everything for him. Even when he grew up, because the father saw the Narayanan ஒரு நல்ல பையனாச்சே. So he brought Narayanan, made him stay in the same room as Balan. இவனை திருத்து. Balan அவனையே திருத்திட்டான். That was high influential was this Balan. So father said இதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணுமே நடக்காது. ஃபேமிலியே விட்டு போச்சு. So they came to Trishur. And he joined the college and he took the arts. Now in the art subjects, he studied very well. Somehow he passed. Now he started applying to higher level colleges. It was around 1940, around this time. He got the seat in Lucknow University. So I'm prepare paniyachi. So Lucknow University is going. Everybody, ennavala, you are here in Kerala. Lucknow is over there. Yeah, Bala, straightforward answer. None of these universities gave me any seat. Straightforward and truthful answer. So he came to Lucknow University and he took English literature and law. So father was very happy because he is the one who is paying all the money and everything, right? He took the law as a minor subject, literature, English literature. But as soon as Balan came and a nice freedom, he saw by this time Balan had grown to be a young adult. Of course, Balan was very good looking. He was thin and tall with big eyes, silk shirts and golden chain and golden watch and nice golden ring and everything. And plus, he was a good orator. Wherever he would go, he would talk in such a stylish manner and people would fall for him. So this college, he started gaining popularity and he joined all the clubs like a debate club and essay club and drama club and literature club, tennis club. Tennis he used to play. Right from childhood, he loved badminton. So he became an expert in tennis. All, major competitions and all, he used to go in tennis. And debate club because he was a good orator. And drama club because he was a good actor right from the beginning. Everything what he's good at, it started coming out more and more and people started appreciating, and very soon Bala became talk of the college and very well wanted, very popular guy in the college. 2 years went by. 1942. On the other side in the country, problems were looming. Mahatma Gandhi had called out for a Quit India movement, telling the Britishers to get out. There were marches, demonstrations, and protests everywhere. And our popular guy, Balan, do you think he's going to stop? He also jumped into Mahatma Gandhi Quit India movement and he joined the movement.
दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो दूर हटो हे दुनिया वालों हिंदुस्तान हमारा है दूर हटो हे दुनिया वालों हिंदुस्तान हमारा है आज हिमालय की चोटी से फिर हमने ललकारा है आज
ये हिंदुस्तान हमारा है, आपका नहीं है, चले जाइए यहाँ से. He got into this India independence movement and he started giving speeches about Quit India movement, and he started writing pamphlets, flyers, he started distributing it everywhere. But the British had already taken the oath to crush Mahatma Gandhi's movement. Hundreds were killed, thousands were imprisoned in jails. Immediately, वो मद्रासी है, वो speech दे रहा है. That Madrasi is instigating all the students. Find that Madrasi. An arrest warrant was issued. Now, Balan had to run away, go in hiding. He ran away to Kashmir in hiding. He doesn't know anybody in Kashmir, but he did not want to get arrested. So he ran away to Kashmir. Not knowing anybody, not having a place to stay. In Kashmir, you know, all सफेद लोग, अभी तो ये तो बहुत dark है, मद्रासी है ना? He is very distinguishable even in Kashmir. But during the night, he used to travel, hide, and whatever he can get, something to eat, somewhere to sleep. He spent his time. During this time, he had a classmate by name Shroff, and Shroff was staying in Delhi. So, in the night, he would catch a bus and come to Shroff's house, and Shroff would quietly help him, give him some money, some food to eat, some fresh clothes to change. And then he would take all of that and again run back to Kashmir in the night. Like this, more than a year, he struggled a lot in Kashmir. Now he thought, British might have forgotten who I am. They're not looking for me anymore. So he left Kashmir, he landed up in Punjab. In Punjab, still, the movement, India independent movement was going on. People were like in the underground, in the basement, and they were all getting together, and Pavan immediately joined the group there also. And he started writing pamphlets again, flyers again, and started giving speech again. He thought British has forgotten him. Immediately, वो मद्रासी आया है, पकड़ो उसको. पकड़ लिया उसको, अंदर डाल दिया. They put him in the jail in Delhi. Now this prison was a very small, notorious prison with so many people and mainly freedom fighters, all congested in one room. There is only one window. So congested it was. There was no hygiene. They were not giving them food, maybe just to survive once a day food. And just one bathroom for all of them. There was no ventilation, there was no hygiene, there was no food. What happens in that unsanitary situations? And all that he could see was today they're all sitting and crumbling together in one room, and Palan again. He would talk and he would make them all laugh, and they would laugh, and one of them would be dragged to the next room. Boom, 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 boom. The British, they're kicking them with the shoes and beating them. And then this man would be crying. The same treatment happened for Balan many times as a punishment for joining the India independence movement. And they would be dragged back and thrown back in the cell again. This made this inquisitive Balan think, what is this? What is really going on in the life? And he would see so many dead bodies being carried out of the prison. Many lock-up deaths were happening. And he started questioning himself. What is this life? What is happening here? Is this life full of sorrows? Or is there... No. Yesterday this man was with me, laughing, eating with me, laughing. And today he has been dragged down, thrown on the street, dead. And this man, he was laughing with me today in the next room. He is crying with pain. So, happiness, unhappiness, this is all life is. Is there any long-term happiness? Is there any happiness that can be understood, which is more important or which is more easily available? Or it is constant? What is it? If so, what is that happiness? What is that anandam? What is that when man can be happy all the time? What is it? I don't understand. As days were passing by, the unhealthy conditions in the prison brought typhus fever. The infection spread around, and Balan, already very weak with no food and starvation and no ventilation, he became very ill. 103-degree fever, he lost his consciousness, and on top of that his wounds were not healing because they had beaten him up so much, his body had full of sores. He was at the verge of dying. Now, the British officers thought, we don't want one more lockup death registered in our cell. Anyway, he's going to die. So let us throw him out. So during the night, they picked him up, very unconscious, high fever. They took him to the outskirts of the city. They threw him there. And he was laying there, totally not knowing what's going on, semi-conscious state, high fever, too much of pain in the body. And at that time, probably God's plan was something different. Because this man's mission of his life had not even begun. So from that side, a car came by. Mrs. De Silva was in the car. And the headlights, the light fell on the body that was in the center of the road. She stopped the car and she looked at him. Mrs. De Silva had only one son, and already he had joined the army, and she was missing him utterly. And when the lights fell on Balan's face, his nose stood out. She said, oh, he's the same age as my son. And his nose, it looks exactly like my son. It looks like my son is on the road. She scooped him up from the road. She took him home. And she wanted to bathe him and give him, a cold towel. And when she removed his shirt, she saw the beating, so many sores on his body. Immediately she knew he is being wanted by the British police. So she called the family doctor and asked him, I'm not going to put him in the hospital because British will look for him. So quietly inside this house, you treat him. And the message was sent to Shroff, I think from his diary or something. But anyway, Shroff came and he got treated. Slowly, it took months for Balan to get better. He got better. Then he got better. He wanted to move on. He thanked this Mrs. De Silva lady profusely for all the help, for saving his life. And now he went to his Baroda to be with Kuchiyamma's son, Bhaskar Menon. He was working as a forest officer there. So he went to Bhaskar Menon's house, and he writes a lot about Bhaskar Menon and his house, how he got better, how the Bhaskar Menon had a good cook from Kerala. His name was also Narayanan. Narayananoda food, it really gave me all the strength. He says he appreciates them, he thanks them, and every day eating sambar, rice, puttu, and all the vegetables, his favorite food and everything. He got slowly better, and he used to sit at the window sill and and observe through the window outside what's happening. he happened to see a cobbler. The children here probably do not know who cobbler is, but in India, you know, the cobbler is a shoe mender. Shoe mender, he will sit under a tree or under the sun waiting for passerby to either to mend their shoes or slippers or to polish their shoe. He kept looking at him and he said, in Hindi, he is called as Mochi. Mochi. He said, this Mochi, his head is always bent down. Whoever he comes by, they just show their feet. He polishes, they throw 25 paisa, he picks it up, and again he does. His head is all, nobody has seen Mochi's face. Nobody knows what his name is. Everyone calls him a Mochi. He introduces, I'm a Mochi. He introduces himself as a Mochi. He says, by mending the soles of the shoes, Mochi is mending my soles. By mending the soles of the shoes, this Mochi is mending my soul. Because Mochi has no existence. Mochi is not a person, not even a name for him. He doesn't exist. But when Mochi looks up, when your soul wakes up, he can see everything. He said, that is it. He starts writing articles in the newspaper under the name Mochi. Mochi becomes Mochi's articles become very, very popular those days, and then he starts getting paid. So while getting recovered, he becomes a Mochi, and writer named Mochi, and he starts earning money. And now, his uncle tells him, Balan, there is not one way of helping Bharat, helping India, helping the people of India. But there are many ways. You can go back and finish your studies, and meanwhile you think what best to be done. So he goes back to college and he graduates in the literature, and he also has honors in journalism. And he graduates and he gets a job in 1945. He comes to Delhi. National Herald was the famous newspaper at that time. He becomes the sub-editor and he starts writing in the National Herald paper. His passion to write about the truth, his passion to write something about the disparity by the British to the Indian, and how our Indians are suffering under the British rule. He wanted to write the truth. Now he has the pen. He starts writing in a very bold way. Yes, I can write. And he became a very popular as a very controversial reporter. When anyone asked, are you not afraid, Balan? He said, Achamillai, I am not afraid of anything.
Achamillai, 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 Achamembadillaye, Achamillai, Achamillai, Achamembadillaye, Achamillai, Achamillai, Achamembadillaye, Achamillai, Achamillai, Achamembadillaye. இச்சகத்து ஓராம் எதிர்த்து நின்ற போதிலும் அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமென்பதில்லையே. துச்சமான எண்ணி நம்மை தூறு செய்த போதிலும் அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமென்பதில்லையே. இச்சையாகி உள்ளும் வாழ்க்கை பெற்றுவிட்ட போதிலும் அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமென்பதில்லையே. இச்சை கொண்டு பொருளெல்லாம் இழந்துவிட்ட போதிலும் அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமென்பதில்லையே. அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமில்லை, அச்சமென்பதில்லையே. അച്ചമില്ലേ അച്ചമില്ലേ അച്ചമെൻപതില്ലയേ അച്ചമില്ലേ അച്ചമില്ലേ അച്ചമെൻപതില്ലയേ
He was not afraid of anything. He became very good as a controversial reporter, but he started writing about the Indian life, the culture, and expressing his opinion very dynamically and very loud. And he became a very popular guy, even among the rich people, because of his eloquence and the way he can move around with the rich people. He used to be called into the country clubs, and people used to stand around him, and as he could talk at any time and crack a joke, and he was dressed very well, he can write very well, he can talk very well, and he looks very handsome, and he is dressed very well. So lots of rich people, the country clubs, they were all around him, and he started moving with the privileged class. But then he was observing them in their expensive jewelry, expensive clothing, and the talkings that goes on amongst them. He said, there is something that's missing. I see the anxiety, I see the depression, I see the jealousy, I see the despair in their talks. And especially the business class or the upper class people, rich people, the way they treat the lower class, socio-economic background, lower background class people, how they treat the disparity always bothered him. After attending all these clubs, he would come home and his mind would be very disturbed, and immediately he would slip into his very popular, he always did Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And he would bring Lord Chandrasekhara's picture in his mind, and he would chant Om Namah Shivaya. His mind would get very disturbed. Around this time, his uncle, Govinda Menon, he himself was a very good scholar. He had read lots of scriptures. He had come down to stay with Balan, and Balan expressed his despair. His mind is like getting very disturbed, kind of a thing. And Govinda Menon suggested, Balan, start reading about philosophy. Start reading about Maharshi's books. As soon as he heard the word Maharshi, immediately he thought, he said, Uncle, you know, when I was in a high school after I graduated in 1936, I got a student discount railway pass. And then I was traveling southern part of India in the train and enjoying myself. And all of a sudden one day I saw when the train was approaching, there was brown mountains, and everyone ran to the window to see and look at the mountain. And that mountain is none other than Tiruvannamalai, the center of earth according to scriptures, Arunachala Hill. Everyone ran to see Arunachala Hill.
Arunachala, 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 Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल अरुणाचल शिव अरुणाचल.
Uncle, I saw the Arunachala hills and everyone at that stop got down. It was a hot day in the month of June and people started getting down and I also got down. I just wanted to see where all these people are going and I followed them in the hot sun. They all went and there was a small hut over there. They all entered and sat in the front and I also went and sat in the front. And when I looked up, there was on a small bench, there was one frail man with a beard and he had some loincloth, just a small cloth around his waist and his eyes were closed and he was in a half lying down position like this. I said, who is this man? They said, shh, Ramana Maharshi. Oh, Ramana Maharshi. So as I was looking up at him, his eyes opened. He looked at me. Just me. He's looking at me. Something is happening. Something is happening. My mind is telling, Sharanagati, Sharanagati. He knows everything about me. My inheritance, my shadow. egoness, my egoness. He knows everything about me. My life is going up in a way. He's looking deep inside me. He's cleaning me. He's emptying me. And he's filling me in. He's filling me in. He closed his eyes. This is not happening to me. This is nothing. Nothing happened to me. Nothing happened. Nothing really happened. He must be a hypnotist. I'm an atheist. He's a hypnotist. I don't believe this. I walked away. Govindamanan listened to all of this and smiled. Ramana Maharshi, Bala, you're blessed. Read, Bala. Read philosophy. It is meant for you. So Balan started reading Indian philosophy and European philosophy. Started reading many books. Many books of Sivananda Maharaj, Vivekananda, Ramatirtha, Arvindo, Ramana Maharshi. Many books he started reading. And now the book that really attracted him was Sivananda Maharaj, who wrote in his books, be good, do good, serve, love, purify, purity, meditate, realize, and be free. Never hurt others. Ahimsa paramo dharmata. Have kshama, daya, compassion towards the weakened people. Have compassion. Serve them. Serving them is like serving Lord Janatana. Serving your society is like serving Lord himself. He wrote all this. Meanwhile, he is also noticing people who is wearing orange clothes, called as sadhus, standing in the road. Passerby comes. अरे महाराज जी उधर खड़े हैं, महाराज जी हमको blessing करो. They give him 25 paisa. He puts them. Someone comes by and then he gives 1 rupee. He says, हम भगवान आपको बना करे, भगवान आपका I will pray for you. 1 rupee. Then another man comes, 2 rupees. He said, I will pray more for you. He has seen many sadhus standing on the street like to bless people and collecting money. But then he sees another orange clothed man, his books. He's talking about love. He's talking about daya, compassion, and serving, and being good, and doing good to the society. So which one is true of these orange clothing people? He says, I must go to the source. I must go check it out myself, whether this orange pehne wala sadhu kya karta hai. I'm going to go expose him. Because this is ये सब नाटक है. जो उधर वो कर रहा है, ये कर रहा है, ये सब नाटक है. I am going to expose him. So he came to Rishikesh, the Center for Divine Life Society, where Shivanandaji's ashram. That is where the Ganga from the Himalayas comes down and comes to the plains, where Ganga river is there. Rishikesh, Divine Life Society. He comes over there in order to expose Shivananda Maharaj. As he comes there, He sees Shivanandaji Maharaj walking around, and very, very busy man with a lot of people around him, and a lot of people are saying Hari Om, and they're bending, and they're doing Namaskara, and he's talking about books, and Balan stops them. Good evening, Swamiji. I think it's afternoon. Good afternoon, Swamiji. I'm Balan. I am the journalist from National Herald. I'm the editor, and I've come to take an interview with you. Can we have an interview with you? Maharaj, Sadhuji, in the evening. Shivanji stops there and says, sure, you can have an interview with me, but it will be tomorrow evening. As I have already scheduled things for today, you take rest in the guest house and be, at home yourself, and I will give the interview in the evening. Sadhuji, Swamiji, I am very, very busy man. You see, I am a journalist, and I have to write a lot, okay? And I don't have time until tomorrow evening. Can we do it this evening? I'm an educated man. I went to college. I can write fast. So we can have the interview fast, and then we will do it in the evening. Oh, Shivanandaji said, oh, you went to college. So you learned to read and write. What did you say your name was? Mr. Balan. Mr. Balan, going to college, learning to read and write, makes you literate, not educate. Oh. Okay. And this Swamiji walks away. He's like, okay. Then he doesn't know. What is this at first time itself, this happened? Immediately. And an assistant comes by. Oh, you are educated. No smoking word. Oh, but you cannot understand. A second hit. Oh. Then he starts observing around the ashram. The ashram was bustling with activities. Lots of activities are going on. So many people doing their own thing, but there was a lot of peace. The kind of peace that when you come to this center, you will see there is a lot of activities that's going on, but still it is all engulfed in a peace. That way, he looked at Swamiji. He gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning. He's at his desk writing letters, writing articles, writing chapters for the books, replying to his devotees, answering the questions, and then he teaches yoga, and then he gives a lecture, and then he goes to his hospital, because Sivananda was a physician by profession. He used to work in the colony, British colony, before taking the sannyas, and now he has his own hospital for the poor people. So he would go to the hospital right there, and then he would treat mainly leprosy patients. And once it so happened that Balan kind of like followed him, and Shivanandaji Maharaj was treating a young child, and he told the mother, listen, your child will improve. Don't worry about it. Pray. And he gives Ganapati ki ek murti, puts it to her hand. Keep praying, mother. Your daughter will get better. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I have given her medication. Don't worry about it. Balan watched that. Next time during the interview that evening, he said, you touched that leprosy patient, and she was from an untouchable family, and I saw it. It's very commendable. I really like it. But what I don't like is, Swamiji, you lied to her. You gave her the false hope. And you said you gave her, what is that, like a stone? No. You said it's a god, some Ganapati. You gave it to her, and you gave her the false hope. You know as a doctor, that girl has a terminal illness, and she is dying. And you gave the mother the false hope by giving her a stone and saying that pray to this, the girl will be all right. Why did you lie? And that too, about you mentioned about the God, the one who does not exist at all. You are bringing that God into this picture. At that time, Sivananda Maharaj says, that was not saying a lie. I am giving her to invoke the inner strength. Prayer is nothing but invoking her inner strength in order to tolerate the upcoming blow. Not giving a false hope, I was giving her to build up her inner self, inner strength. Now, as far as God is concerned, Malin, you don't have to consider that small stone as God. We believe in Hinduism that it is only symbolism. That is a very symbolic way of representation of the higher truth. It's a concrete representation of the higher truth. That is what that small idol is for. But look around you, Malin. Look at the creation, maintenance, destruction, what's going on around you, around in the nature. Look at it. That's what God is. Learn, Balin. Learn. Now, Balin was listening to all of these things. He asked many, there's a whole chapter about what all questions he brought out, and he came back. Slowly, Balin was changing. He came back to Delhi. He was called back to Rishikesh because Sivananda Maharaj was turning Shashtakti, that 60th birthday. They were bringing out a book on him, and he wanted Balin to edit it. So he came back to Rishikesh because Sivananda Maharaj, from the minute that he saw Balin, he had already recognized the inner potential in him. He called him back. And now he stayed for longer time. One day, as the discourses were finished, Shivananda's discourses are finished, he called Balin. Balin, come here and give a talk. Give a talk. It could be anything you want. It could be your traveling to our ashram or your stay at our ashram. What is your opinion about the ashram? It could be anything, Balin. Come and speak. Balin came and stood in front of the audience, a big orator. I am Balin, and what am I going to speak on? He got tongue-tied. He did not know what to speak. Sivananda Maharaj said, Balin, tomorrow, I'm giving you the topic. Talk on Shreyas and Prayas. Next day morning, he came to the class. Shreyas is something good to the Atman, and Prayas is something that is good to the sensory organs, or sensually pleasant. Sensually pleasant, Atma pleasant. Shreyas and Prayas. He stood there, he did namaskaram to Swamiji, and he started speaking. He spoke for 1 full hour. That was his first talk. He felt so good to himself. He carried, well, he came back. He was shuttling still between Delhi, between his job and Rishikesh. He took so many books of Shivananda Maharaj, and now it started writing a separate column in his paper, book reviews. He started reviewing the books about Shivananda Maharaj. He wrote very nicely that the contagious thing about Swamiji's books it's all about self-confidence. The self-confidence is very contagious. And he talked very highly about Shivananda Maharaj's books. It so happened during this time, remember we talked about the Shraf, the guy, his classmate who helped him a lot. He was suffering from a terminal illness, and now Shroff died. So he went there. His parents were, very old. So he took the asti, the ashes, and they requested him to put it in the Ganga water at Rishikesh. He traveled back to Rishikesh. While traveling back, he is looking at the earthen pot themselves inside. He said, "Me and my friend Shroff have traveled this journey in the train for so many times we have traveled together. He would sit in front of me, I would crack jokes, he would laugh, we would eat together, we would sleep in the train, and so many times. And now, Shroff, very Shroff, the flesh and the life is gone. He is in this earthen pot, a handful of ashes. My Shroff is just a handful of ashes. Do I need to cry? I think we should cry as much as we want, but I must maintain my balance, just like a rounded doll which keeps on swaying, but then it comes back to its steady status. But this is really not fair. This is really not fair. Shroff. This is really not fair. He came back to Sivananda Maharaj. Again I have a question. My Shroff was married. He had a family. He has parents. He has children. He had a status. He is rich. He has everything in his life. But he died. Me, I was about to die. But I did not die. I recovered. Why there is so much of disparity in life, Swamiji? If your God was there, all this would not have happened, Swamiji. All this would not have happened. What is this? Where is your God? What is he doing? Why there is so much of disparity? Why all this sufferings in the life? Swamiji, answer my question. Where is God? Balan, look, there is a car, and in the car you need to put gas, petrol. Petrol is like God. You are the driver. Car is like your life. You meet with an accident. So who is responsible for it? Is it the gas? Or you? Or the car? It is you. Learn to take responsibility. Our destiny is decided by our past, our deeds, our current deeds. Learn, Balan. Quest, Balan, quest. How many times you're going to keep asking me questions? When you slip outside, Balan, you will fall. When you slip inside, you will rise. Understood, Balan? When you slip outside, you fall. But when you slip inside, you will rise. Quest, Balan. Do an inward journey. Do an inward journey. Self-realization, Balan. The quest began. The quest began inside this atheist Balan. And during that time, one of his distant cousin, Bhaskar Menon, he had taken recently the sannyasam with Shivananda Maharaj, and he was going to go on Chardham Yatra, Gangotri, Yamunotri, right? Badri and Kedarnath. It was a trek going on by foot. It was very, very hard those days to go because you have to walk for months and months and months together in hills and valleys, and even while walking, balance, the single pair of chappal that he had, it broke. He had to walk barefoot all the way. And it was but spiritually it was very uplifting. He stayed there even after Bhaskar Menon left. He met many holy souls, sadhus and saints, and he sat with them, he discussed with them. Now he knew the mission of his life. He decided, he came back and he told Shivaji Maharaj, I want to take sannyasa. He wrote a letter to his father asking permission to become a sannyasi. His father was surprised. This Balan, atheist Balan, is becoming a sannyasi, but he gave permission. On Mahashivaratri day, February 25th, he stood in the cold, freezing water. Bhu Sanyastamaya, Bhuva Sanyastamaya, Shiva Sanyastamaya. Physical world is renowned, astral world is renowned, celestial world is renowned. I hereby renounce everything. Sivananda Maharaj gave him a new birth, called him Chinmaya Saraswati. Chinmayananda is filled with bliss of pure consciousness. The previous Balan's life is faded away, the new Chinmaya's life began, and he started studying scriptures under Sivananda Maharaj. He started studying everything, all the scriptures, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Viveka Chudamani, Vedanta, everything. He started studying. Inquisitive Balan was inside. After finished studying, he came back and told Shivananda Maharaj, Maharaj, still I feel I don't understand what our ancestors meant. I studied, but I am not understanding. Shivananda Maharaj said, then you must go to my Guru, Tapovan Maharaj, who lives in Uttarakashi, up there near Gangotri. Go to him. He is the authority on Jnana Yoga, Jnana Yajna. He is the authority on scriptures, and he is well read in Sanskrit. Go to him. Now Chinmayananda started walking all the way, walk, and finally reached near the Himalayas, his hut. Tapovan Maharaj stayed in a very, very small hut. He was a very, very strict man. As soon as he came, he said, I am Chinmaya Saraswati Maharaj. I have come from Shivananda Maharaj. I would like to learn from you and I would be like a student. Oh, you are Chinmayananda? Where is the letter from Shivananda Maharaj? Where is the letter saying he is giving you permission to study under me? Where is it? Letter? I don't have any letter. You don't have a letter? Go back. Go back and get it. Walked. Came back to Shivananda Maharaj. Tapovan Maharaj requires a letter. Oh, he needs a letter. Take it. Huh? You knew that he was going to ask you for a letter. Why didn't you tell me before? Why didn't you give me the letter before itself? Sivananda ji says, Chinmaya, have patience. Have patience, Chinmaya. From belief to faith is a long journey. You believed. You need to have faith. It's a long journey. Have patience. Guru does not accept his disciple just the way. He tests you. He'll give you many tests. Go back. Walked all the way back with a letter. Swamiji, I brought the letter. Oh, letter, huh? Keep it. Okay. He didn't even look at it. He said, from tomorrow, we are starting the class, okay? You are not going to attend any class, Chinmaya. Find your own accommodation. And the other thing is, I teach only once. You have to be very attentive. I am not going to repeat. I will ask questions. If you cannot answer, out from my class. No more teaching. Understood? But you are not attending classes. You are going to go make tea at 4 o'clock in the morning for me. And we don't have any vegetables. Who is going for Bhiksha here? Oh, you, this Swami is going for Bhiksha. When he brings, start making rotis for me and for everybody. Rotiya. Adu varadi enakku. Swamiji, there is wheat flour, there is water, salt illa. Abhi panide. Early in the morning at 4 o'clock, he has to cut up freezing. It's Himalayas. Full snow everywhere. 4 o'clock. Water illappa. Hey, 200 feet down, there is Ganga flowing. Go down and get it. Hey, gotta take bath and then bring the water. Not like that. He has to go down 200 feet in the freezing water. He has to bathe and then come back up, make the tea and go and wake up Gurudev's tea is here. Everyone sit down. Go and make roti. Making, and then throughout in the book, Tapovan Maharaj makes fun of Chinmaya's roti. Nobody will leave my class and get away because of Chinmaya's all kind of world-shaped roti. He used to always make fun. And they did not have vegetables for a long time. Just someone will bring some wheat flour, they'll put water. That only you have to make roti. They ate very little, they slept very little, but they have to study a lot. There was no vegetables. And Chinmaya went and said, Swamiji, who on the roti. There is no veggies. Oh, there is no vegetable? There is a land over there. Okay. Make a vegetable garden and grow vegetables for all of us. He had to dig, he had to make a vegetable garden, grow the vegetables, then cook the vegetable, give it to. Once it so happened somebody brought laddu box, and they gave it to Swamiji. All students are all sitting, they said, oh, he feast now, dessert. After Chinmaya's roti, there will be laddu dessert. So everybody is waiting. Swamiji never distributed the laddu. Laddu box is sitting there. Quickly, Vedanta class is going on. One fine day, certain people didn't even come. They were like looking at laddu. Chinmaya, come here. Oh, today they are calling Chinmaya. Maybe Chinmaya will distribute the laddu. Chinmaya, take the laddu box. Go down 200 feet down there. Throw it in the Ganga water and come back. Throw it. Here I am teaching Vedanta class, Guru. Focusing on that. Throw it. There are so many incidences we can keep talking about. he studied, and after all the studies, Swamiji felt, my fellow countrymen, they need this, the knowledge of the scriptures, the knowledge that is hidden in our scriptures, the knowledge about Brahman, the knowledge about our dharma, Sanatana dharma. It needs to reach the common man. How do I do it? He went back and told Tapoor Maharaj-ji, just like the water, Ganga water, pure water, runs down the plains and nourishes everything down in the plate. I want to go down in the plate and I want to take the knowledge. I want to take the message about our Sanatana dharma, about our scriptures, everything to the common man. Tapoor Maharaj-ji said, no, Balan, you be in the Himalayas. All of us are in the Himalayas. Swamiji, no. You have so much of wealth of knowledge. And we got to give it. We got to give it. Bring it to the commoners and lift them up to Swamiji. I want to do it. I want to do Jnana Yajnas. Before that, Balan, you don't know how society treats the sannyasis. You remember how you were thinking about the sannyasis. Go down in the train and make a whole round trip again as a sannyasi. Come back. Went down. It was 1951. He went down in the train as a sannyasi. Sannyasi, they have to do the bhiksha. They have to go beg for the alms, for food. The hardship, humility. People were making fun of him. Some of them did not even want to give him 5 paisa to buy anything. They have to do the bhiksha and eat. The hardship. He went through the hardship. He saw how the degradation of our spirituality, the economic degradation has happened. In the same way, spiritually also. Everything is so down. He experienced the hardship, came back to his Gurudev and said, Swamiji, I'm more than convinced that now I must go and uplift. I must give it back to the society, Swamiji. I must go. Tapoor Maharaj blessed him. Sivananda Maharaj said, go, roar like Vivekananda. Go, roar like Vivekananda. Conduct Jnana Yajna. Go, Balan, go. With the foot, one trunk with orange clothes, 25 paisa in his pocket. He landed in Pune in 1951. He had met during Sivanandaji's ashram an accountant, Sushila Mudaliar. He went and met in Pune, Sushila Mudaliar, and he told her, look, I have come here to do Jnana Yajnas. Swamiji, it is not possible because people are not interested, Swamiji. It is impossible. He said, Sushila Ma, what is the spelling of impossible? I am possible. Say it again. I am possible. You are reading it as I am impossible, but I am reading it as I am possible. I will do my best and leave thee. I will do my best and leave the rest. He said, I will do my best and I leave the rest. Sushila, I want to do it. So in the Ganesha temple, he started his first Jnana Yajna. 7 members were present. 7 members were present and he started. I am. Prior to this, he wanted to call people. Everyone come for Jnana Yajna. He went on a cycle. Very good in making flyers, huh? Just like our person who did the flyer for us. Very nice. Flyer. He made it and he was distributing from the cycle. A Hindu Swami talking in a Hindu temple about how to be a Hindu. This is the title. A Hindu Swami talking in a Hindu temple about how to be a Hindu. Because he said, my motto, my mission is to make my Hindus as learned Hindus, informed Hindus. I want to bring my Hindus back to Hindu religion. He did not believe in conversion. He believed in bringing back the Hindus back and informed Hindus, knowledgeable Hindus. I want to make them. I want to give them so that they become informed, they become knowledgeable. So he started the way he did his famous chart called as BMI chart. He used his BMI chart, right? He used his BMI chart and he started addressing with a loud voice in English. And people saw the clarity, the teachers, the divinity around him, and the crystal clarity in his speech, in what he wants to say about and making the things simple. People gathered. He conducted 100 days of Jnana Yajna and 24 hours continuous relay of bhajans continued in the temple. By the time 100 days were done, there were more than 2,000 people had gathered to listen to Chinmaya Saraswati's talk. Swamiji, we are taking down the notes, okay? And we are going to make photocopies of this, of your talks, and we are going to distribute to people, Swamiji. But I don't know how to do the finance part of it. Walk the path, things will become clear. Believe in Narayana, Lakshmi will follow. That's all he said. Believe in Narayana, Lakshmi will follow. As he was finishing it, he wanted to go from Pune to Madras, and the Jnana Yajnas are over. One lady came running. Swamiji, I come from very far, Swamiji. I missed the whole lecture. Can you tell me just a gist of something about Vedanta? Just. He was getting inside the car. He said, oh, yeah, you got to ponder upon what I said. Vedanta is nothing but from what to so what. From what? So what? Ponder on this. He said, another man came, Swamiji, I want an autograph. Oh, autograph. What's your name? Rajaram. Be Raja outside, but be Ram inside. He wrote it for him. He came to Madras. As he landed, another lady came. Swamiji, I heard all about it, Swamiji, but I can't. I have swimming class, birthday class, this class, that class. I can't be there for your talk, Swamiji. Can you tell me one summary of Vedanta? Attach, detach, detach, attach. How do you want? Detach, attach. That's Vedanta. And people gathered around him and they were looking. Those days, somebody coming and teaching scriptures was not accepted. It was very, very difficult for him because reading of the scriptures was only left for the priest's class. Only the priests will read and they go through the school, and that too, this Swamiji came thundering down from Himalayas to the streets. You are bringing scripture to the streets and you are talking to the commoners who are not even ready, and you are talking in a foreign language. It's English. God is speaking Sanskrit only. Scriptures are in Sanskritam, you got to speak in Sanskritam only. Swamiji said, I will talk in English. I will talk today about Bhagavad Gita. Have you guys found the space for me? The hall. The organizer, people say, Swamiji, no auditorium is available, but there is one haunted house. And nobody goes there, Swamiji. A Muslim owns it. Nobody goes there, but because of Bhutan. Remember Bhutan, ghosts are there. Oh, Bhutan, they're there. They are my friends. Let's all go. Don't worry. They are all my friends. My friends, they are all. If Bhutan is there, I'll take care of them. Don't worry, I'll make them also listen Bhagavad Gita. Come. In the Bhutan's house, he started in Madras. He is giving lectures. No Bhutans came. He talked about Bhagavad Gita and the relevance to life. Relevance to life about how Arjuna faces, how Arjuna should not go away from the war field. So, you must also not run away from your troubles. You must stand and withstand and deal with it. Get the inner strength and the strength to deal with it. Find a solution. Do an inward quest. He talked about relevance of Bhagavad Gita to all the people. Gradually the news spread and he said, all of you join groups. Whatever I talk, join groups wherever you are, in your own town, in your neighborhood. Sit together. During prayer time, discuss. Discuss about the scriptures. Discuss about what I have taught. Like this, small groups. Everywhere the groups started, the group discussions started. So at that time, these groups got together and they came back and told Swamiji, we have decided to make it little bit more organized groups. And we want to call it as Chinmaya missions, Swamiji. He said, don't put my name. I didn't come from Himalayas to get bounded. I'm a sannyasi. Don't put my name. He said, Swamiji, we are not putting your name. Chinmaya means true seekers. True seekers of knowledge. We are all true seekers of knowledge, Swamiji. So we will call it as Chinmaya mission. There you go. Chinmaya mission happened. Let's thank Gurudev. Let's thank Gurudev by singing a bhajan to him.
Anandamaya Chaitanyamaya Chinmaya Gurudeva Anandamaya Chaitanyamaya Chinmaya Gurudeva Omkaramaya Hrimkaramaya Satkaramaya Gurudeva Anandamaya Chaitanyamaya Chinmaya Gurudeva Vedantamaya Siddhantamaya Shuddhantamaya Gurudeva Anandamaya Chaitanyamaya Chinmaya Gurudeva
not forget the children. He told, include the children, call it as Balabihar. Tell them the stories of Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything. To include the children. He did not forget the young adults. He started giving them talk about how to the youth. And he said, youth are not useless. They are only useless. So, teach them Bhagavad Gita, how to be a great man making. Yuva Kendras were formed and Bhagavad Gitas were taught. And he said, children are the lamps to be lit. They are not just the vessels to be filled. Chinmaya Vidyalaya started value-based education, was started giving in Chinmaya Vidyalayas. Then he started Sandipini Sadhanalaya, the teachers, training teachers for Vedanta. He explained symbolism for every action, for everything what we do, for every puja, for every archana, what we do. He started explaining the symbolism. And he also said that all the national activities must be around the spiritual ideas, because knowing and spirituality is not a hindrance to the society. In fact, it will help the society. In 1955, the Jnana Yajna that he conducted, the President of India, Sir Rajendra Prasad, inaugurated that Jnana Yajna. The President of India inaugurated a big thing. And then he wrote the motto or the mission: give maximum happiness to maximum number of people from maximum amount of time. Teaching Vedanta was one, teaching Bhagavad Gita, teaching Upanishads, all became the activities of Chinmaya Mission, and along with other cultural and social service projects. And he said a beautiful pledge: we stand as one family, bound to each other with love, respect. We live honestly the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than we consume, giving more than what we take. What a beautiful pledge of Chinmaya Mission. He started writing commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, published many books, and then they started doing publishing audio, video materials all over. By now, it is 1964. Vishwa Hindu Parishad, it was initiated by M.S. Golwalkar and S.S. Apte. They approached because there was a lot of conversion of Hindus was going on. So 1964, Vishwa Hindu Parishad was founded at Sandipini Sadhanalaya. You know, let's connect the landmark. You know, let's connect the
Rachita.
became 1965, Swamiji thought, I must take this Vedanta. I must take our scriptures to out of India now. He started visiting outside of India. He visited his first global tour in 1965. He visited Switzerland, West Indies, Thailand, and South Africa, Mauritius, Malaysia. People from all faith came out in order to attend his lectures. He worked 18 hours a day, traveling during the day, and he slept very little. Even at 3 a.m. in the morning, you could see him sitting and writing letters to the children or to the devotees, for anybody, just like Shivananda Maharaj. And they say in his lifetime, he might have written about 750,000 handwritten letters. Because he always said, if I rest, I will rest. He also said, comfort comes as a guest. It becomes a host and will enslave us in the end. But his health was failing. His health was failing, and he was in Mysore. Around 1970, he had his first heart attack. Just then in Bangalore, that opened up the new Chinmaya Mission Hospital. First outpatient department, he was brought in as a patient. And there also, I believe, he did not leave his humor. They found bed bugs in the bed that he was sleeping. So he said, Swamiji, we need to clean the bed because we found the bed bug. He said, don't worry about it. That Lord Vishnu, he gets to sleep on the snake, but I get to sleep on these bed bugs. Why that thing? Brings me. He did not reduce his workload. He continued to work. He continued to 1975. That was 1970. 5 years, again he continued to work after the first heart attack. In the same way, 1975, Chinmaya Mission West was formed. He built an ashram in California. He called it as Eel Ganga because the Eel River flows there. Eel Ganga he started. Then around the same time he built Siddhamari Ashram with a huge statue of Hanuman there. And besides this, during this time, he built temples and he brought together leaders from leaders of all faiths and all religions. There was number of devotees were increasing and increasing. And they talk about his memory. You know, his memory used to be so sharp. Once the secretary lost the address book, he said, I think I remember some of the addresses. Write them down. From his memory, he wrote about 250 members' addresses perfectly clear. And we all know about timeliness of Swami, of Gurudev. Because they used to say, when Gurudev is coming, we can adjust our clock. If he says 7 o'clock, we can adjust our clock because it will be 7 o'clock. Once it so happened in Bombay that he came in time, but he was stuck in traffic. There was heavy rains and he was totally wet, and then he climbed the stage and he sat down exactly 7 o'clock. He was fully wet and he sat down, and normally I believe it is Swamiji's thing that he will get up and then everybody will get up, like the lecture is over. So that particular day he just sat down. And he said, everybody, I'm done with the lecture. Everyone get up. Everyone said, what happened? Something happened. Later on, they found out that when he was climbing so much fast, there was a nail in the steps. It had gone inside his foot. And he was bleeding throughout the lecture for 2 hours. He bled. So he could not get up because the pain was so excruciating inside, he could not even get up. So that is the reason. So the timeliness, all the books talk about his timeliness. By then, now it is 1980. He had another heart attack when he came to Houston. He had the surgery. Still, he did not slow down. He still continued his traveling. And when people asked, Swamiji, where do you live? He said, I live in railway stations and airports. And when he went back to India, the customs officer stopped him and said, do you have anything to declare? He said, yes, I smuggled many hearts from abroad. You want to check it? And one of the customs officers recognized him. Oh, Swamiji, Chinmaya, have a nice day. He said, oh, but how? He just said, have a nice day. He said, huh? How? That wait, And in 1992, he visited our all Ivy League schools, MIT, Harvard, Brown University, and he was also invited as a speaker in the UN. He addressed the UN. 1993, July 9th, he was in New Jersey, Pennsylvania area. After the discourse is all done, Tejo Mayanandaji was sitting down. He said, come up, sit down. When he sat down, he said, now you all know who is going to take care of my activities and my work after me. When someone asked Guruji, oh, now you are in his shoes, he just got up. He sat down at the feet of Gurudev and he said, I am not in his shoes, but I am at his feet. I am like Hanuman. I am his bhakta. He compared himself to Hanumanji, Gurudev to Ramji.
दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम न चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम न चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम न चले न हनुमान के बिना। जब श्री रामायण पढ़ ली है, एक बात मैंने समझ ली है, राम न श्री राम के बिना, लंका चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया है दुनिया, दुनिया है दुनिया। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना। लक्ष्मण का बचना मुश्किल था, कौन मुटिलाने पिता बिलका। लक्ष्मण बचे न श्री राम के बिना, मुक्ति न मिले हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया है दुनिया, दुनिया है दुनिया। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना। सीता हरण की कहानी सुनो, वापस मिले न श्री राम के बिना, पता चले न श्री राम के बिना। दुनिया है दुनिया, दुनिया है दुनिया। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम जी चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम चले न हनुमान के बिना। दुनिया चले न श्री राम के बिना, राम चले न हनुमान के बिना। राम चले न हनुमान के बिना, राम चले न हनुमान के बिना। जय हनुमान की जय।
Same 1993. He attended after leaving New Jersey. From July 10th to July 17th, he attended Camp Piercy. He was very energetic, throwing fruits and nuts and everything to the audience and enjoying himself and giving lectures from July 10th to July 17th. But at the end of the camp, he said, next year, the camp will be in San Jose. But that, if I come. Did he know something? July 17th is done. July 19th to 25, he went to Washington, D.C., attended Washington, D.C. camp. To one Mr. David Taylor, he said, David, Lord has been calling me. I must go. Did he know something? There was one Acharya, Sharada Kumar, that particular day, she writes, while washing the hands after Bhiksha, she wanted to make sure that it's at the right temperature. When she poured the water for him to wash hands, he said, the water is freezing. Oh, so sorry, it was freezing. So Sharada Kumarji was very nervous. So next day, she made sure that she checked the temperature, the room temperature, nice temperature, hot temperature, everything she checked. Shaking, she came and stood next to Swamiji, hand washing. As soon as she put, your water is so hot. She said, water is very hot. If it is so hot, I deserve to have the punishment myself. Boom! She poured the whole bucket on herself. Gotcha! Did I catch you? Did he know something? That was on July 25th. He left Washington, D.C. He came to San Diego July 26th. He stayed in one Mr. Venkat and Nandini's house because he was supposed to go to California camp next day, one more week of camp in California. So he stayed in San Diego. But in the afternoon, he started having shortness of breath. The doctor was called in. Immediately, they took him to Scripps Hospital and they found 3 arteries were blocked. Immediately, and he was heavily sedated. So then they shifted him to another hospital, Sharp Memorial Hospital. On July 29th, he underwent cardiac surgery. And he was put on life support system. August 3rd, around 5:45 p.m., he took his last breath. And the way he was seated, the way he looked at to pass away, Swami Veena Mohan was present there. He has written this song at that time. He said Swamiji was sitting like as though he's sitting for his Pada Puja.
दया करो गुरुदेवा, दया करो गुरुदेवा, कृपा करो शरण में ले लो मुझे चिन्मया, दया करो गुरुदेवा, दया करो गुरुदेवा, कृपा करो गुरुदेवा, कृपा करो गुरुदेवा, दया करो गुरुदेवा, दया करो गुरुदेवा, 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 गुरुदेवा,
August 7th, his body was brought back to India. He was kept at Chinmaya Mission, Lodi Road Center. August 8th, he was brought to Siddhbari. He was seated in Kamala Hall. All the Swamijis, all the Acharyas, all the devotees poured in. His favorite place was in the rose garden, facing the mountains. So they dig up 5 by 5 by 7 feet. As people were chanting, Om Namah Shivaya,
Namah Shivaya,
he was bathed in the Ganga water,
Namah Shivaya,
milk, curds, honey,
Namah Shivaya,
ghee, camphor, then salt.
Namah Shivaya,
His body was lowered, lowered,
Namah Shivaya,
lowered.
Namah Shivaya,
He had said, the further I go, I will be closer to you all. The further I go, I will be closer to you all. This is my promise. This is my promise to you all.
Namah Shivaya. समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयम् नमामि चिन्मयं देवम् सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्
very brilliant presentation. We brought all our devotion and nice feelings from all our heart. Many places we got goosebumps. Very good. Great presentation. Yeah, we can give a standing good performance. Bhaktinath Maharaj ki
Jai!
Bharat Mata ki
Jai!
Swami, if I could request Swamiji to honor them, please. I'd like to quickly just, as Swamiji is honoring them, Mrs. Veena Mohan, she's been doing this Harikatha since 2011. And he's been traveling all over the USA and done Harikathas. She's a Kannadiga, so she has also done several Kannada programs as well in Bangalore. And she has, as I said, she's very well versed, multilingual. So she does Harikathas in various different languages, Kannada, English, combination of Tamil, Hindi, everything together. So all the scriptures as well. So we are actually very blessed to have her to celebrate our Gurudev here. Supporting her today on the vocal from New Jersey is Sri Priya Rao. She's also a noted Carnatic singer, and she's also from New Jersey, and she's part of Veena ji's group. Thank you, Priya. Lovely voice, and we just had amazing, we loved it. And on the tabla we have Kannan Raghavan, and also he had the hands on it, and he's the devotee of this is a devotee of our Chinmaya mission, and he goes to Chinmaya mission Vrindavan, New Jersey, and very happy to have him here. Thank you. And on the harmonium we have Jeevan Kulkarni, and he is a big Krishna devotee of Vrindavan, New Jersey, and he's been actually serving as part of Veena's team. And we also have, we'll give a big round of applause to Mohan ji, who is Veena's husband. He's actually behind everything right there. Please give him a big hand. He's having this, yeah. And we are also so happy to have our own Balavihar children and chicks and Balavihar teacher here. So please put your hands together and to Subhashini, you all know Subhashini. So, and our Balavihar children, if I could all have you all together. Ashwin from our Chinmaya mission Niketan, and then who's next to? Mahima, who just graduated, who is a chick right now. She's going to Georgia Tech. And next to her is Sharada. She's going to Chinmaya mission Hindu temple. And then we have Soumya, who is a chick now. And then we have Srividya, who is 11th grader now. She's going to Hindu temple over there. And then we have Shobana, who graduated. She's a third year, right? You're a third year. She's a junior there, and she's a chick. So all Jyotiji's chick group over there. So we're so happy that they are able to participate in here. So thank you all very much. And some snacks are out there right before our lecture by our Swamiji's lecture will start sharp at 5 o'clock. So you have 30 minutes to go have some snacks and refresh yourself.
1 minute, I would like to thank them. We would like to thank dear Swamiji for all his blessings, and thank you for your presence. We are really honored by this. And this whole ordeal of that we wanting to come to Atlanta Chinmaya Center, we had to approach through our devotee, Srimati Vaijayanti in New Jersey, Vrindavana. After she heard us,
she contacted her sister-in-law, Mrs. Geeta, I think she's here, Patilla? Deepa ji here. And from Deepa ji, it went to Raghuji. And Raghuji immediately, he gave us a positive reply saying that yes, it can be done. And he handed over the whole torch to Anuji. And for the past 2 months, Anuji has been keeping in touch with us and working out all the logistics. And we would like to thank her immensely. And she's been giving us very good sumptuous food on Malayala. Very, very nice. We feel very homely. And Shivaji also, he picked us up, KK sir. I don't know if he's here. He picked us up too from the airport. And Shiva sir in their home, lovely home. And we are extremely thankful to each and every one of you for giving us this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Deepaji.
Just want to say a few words. When Veenaji was talking at the end, I could remember to 12th. But, while Gurudev knew that he was not going to come, but he wanted to initiate us to have Chinmaya mission here in Atlanta. And so, but we had to cancel the camp. But in 1994 January, Sivananda Swamiji kept that word of August and came and conducted a Gnana Yagna in the Hindu temple of Atlanta. That's how the Chinmaya mission started in January 1994 with the blessing of the So all these memories came up and it was extremely emotional. Thank you.